Yeah, this question comes. It's a grade 8 natural science question. It says that when a liquid is heated, it expands. State what happens to, mass, volume, density. Use, increase, decrease, remain the same. Okay? So when a liquid expands, what happens to mass? The answer is remain the same. Why? Why do we say remain the same? Reason is that mass represents number of matter, amount of matter in the substance, and expansion or contraction has nothing to do with number of matter, which remains constant, remains unchanged. Okay, next one is volume. What happens to volume when a liquid expands? Okay, volume represents the space occupied by a substance. So obviously, if a liquid expands, it occupies a bigger space. So the answer is increase. Then comes density. Density represents the number of matter or number of particles in a given volume. So when the volume expands, what happens to density? When the volume expands, it means that the number of particles per unit volume decreases. So the density decreases. So the answer is decrease. That is it. Yeah, then comes this question. It says that when a liquid is cold, it contracts. State what happens to mass, volume, and density. Use increase, decrease, or remain the same. Okay, what happens to mass when a liquid is cold and it contracts? The answer is remain the same. Why? Okay, reason is that mass is represented by the amount of matter inside the object. So expansion or contraction has nothing to do with the amount of matter inside the object, which remains unchanged. So the answer is remains the same. Then next, volume. What happens to the volume when a liquid is cold? Okay, you have to know that volume is the amount of space occupied by matter. So when contraction occurs, what happens to the space? The space decreases. And so volume decreases. Then we come to density. Density means the amount of matter per unit volume or per unit space. So when the space becomes smaller and is the same amount of matter, what happens to the density? The density increases. And with that, I would like to thank you for your time. The channel is PSSB with me, Richard, here. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like, to share. And I would also want to remind you that PSSB, Physical Sciences Silver Bullet, specializes in Physical Sciences grade 12, 11, and 10, and Natural Sciences grade 8 and 9. We advise you to make use of our playlist to help you reach the material of your level. Everything is arranged in the playlist. So don't forget to make use of it. And for those who are not doing sciences, you can visit our motivation section. It's quite enriched and captivating. So make use of it. And with that, I would like to say bye-bye. Trust in us. We believe we are the best. See you then. Bye.